Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to another edition of the Crypto Mama Mia, formerly known as the Middle Age Mom Does Crypto. Well, I got a special episode for today's episode. I have a special guest online with me today, and it is the one and only internationally renowned Crypto Muscle. How are you doing, Crypto Muscle?
Good, good. Good morning. And well, thank you, and I'm actually flattered, by the way, because like for someone to say, hey, you want to do an interview, and I'm all open for that, and it's just when I get asked to do something, or to do an interview or to be a part of one, I'm always flattered, and I guess you could say humbled to do it, so first, I just want to say thank you.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you for not big timing me. I seen that on your videos, like where Crypto Clover big timed you, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll give him a try and see if he big times me. But no, thank you. I do appreciate and humbled by the fact that you are willing to do this and not big timing us little guys.
I wouldn't even call myself big at all, and so,
Well, I don't know.
but
I mean, you're bigger. You have a lot of followers, and I hear a lot of bigger people talk about you all the time. So you must be big time.
well, that's pretty cool to know. It's good to hear. I just never expected that, and that's what I'm about. I'm trying to be a subscriber eater and just continue to just add on from the people that have left the scene, over the last few months, like the kinetic energies, the bits of
Oh yeah,
ways,
yeah.
all these names that you don't hear of anymore out there. I want to eat those subscribers away.
Oh, okay. Well, you seem like you're doing that, so thank you very much. And I do enjoy your videos, so I really wanted to do this, and I am glad we're able to do this. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, how did you get introduced into crypto? Like, what was your first experience with it? Where'd you hear about it?
This was like back in 2017 when I started learning from my coworker about ICOs and the stuff that he was getting into. He got into like some altcoins like Verge and Tron, and during the ICOs, bought in huge on it. And then when they launched, and you know how the market was in 2017, the rise of Bitcoin and alts and all that, everything was hot. And so I watched it just rise like crazy, and then he made six figures
Wow.
buying in on the ICOs, and he cashed it out. And I was like, wow, I got to do this too. And
Oh.
and so I just kept on watching and observing. And Bitcoin, I remember the summer, July of 2017
Hmm.
was when I saw Bitcoin bottomed out at $1,500,
Oh.
and from there it rose to, by the end of the year, $20,000.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
yeah, and so I got in towards the end of that year, not at 20,000, but it was probably about 10,000 or so. That's when I started to buy Bitcoin
Hmm.
and started seeing all these different platforms. I started seeing all these different YouTubers. I just didn't know all this stuff existed until, I started watching all these YouTube videos and platforms and all that. And so joined in, of course, BitConnect, USI Tech, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
Devore. Those are my first three platforms I joined.
Oh yeah, me too. How ironic.
Yeah, and I put in 1,000 in each of those,
Uh-huh.
just to see if I could get anything out of it, and I didn't get anything out of any one of those.
Oh, yeah, me too. I totally bombed out on those as well. And I kind of put a quite a large amount in, especially BitConnect. I don't know why, but yeah, BitConnect was just, and the funny thing is I got introduced to that too, and my friend actually got his capital released. So, but then he put it into Devore and then it bombed from there.
Yeah, I had a couple coworkers. One was in USI Tech, and it was
Hmm.
kind of coincidental because, like, I started getting into Bitcoin, and then next thing you know, another coworker was like, "Hey, I'm in USI Tech. Hey, check this out."
Mm-hmm.
Another coworker was like, "Hey, I'm into BitConnect. Check this out." So
Mm-hmm.
I checked it out, and they were making some pretty decent money out of it, and that's why I joined. But
Yeah.
for us, we joined in towards the end of their runs, and
Yeah.
so that's why we weren't able to get the rewards out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And my problem was too. I don't know if this has happened to you, but I fell in love with compounding because I love to see the big numbers, and I was like, no, I'll just keep throwing it back in there instead of cashing
Yeah,
out.
yeah, I'm like that too. I say it all the time in my videos, like um, in terms of how they say that if you see money on the dashboard, you say it yourself too, that when
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
money on
yeah,
the dashboard, you take it out. And I break that rule. That's kind of like the unwritten golden rule, right? And
yeah,
I break that rule all the time. I always wait till I see a larger sum of money on the dashboard. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to pull that out now. And a lot of
yeah,
times it was bad, but these days it's good. But
yeah, yeah,
back then it was bad.
yeah. It was horrible. So what's your favorite platform currently? Like, what if you could rank one as the number one that you're currently involved with? Which one would you say would be your most favorite right
For
now?
the moment, it's my micro
My
profits for the
micro-profits.
moment. But in the background, it's cash effects.
Oh,
It's
okay.
because it's been a long running machine. I talked about it in a couple of videos back that I did recently, where cash effects is kind of like the foundation of my earnings.
Mhm, mhm.
And I build up from there with this kind of tree of everything. 3X Capital, my micro
Yeah,
profits.
yeah,
You can throw in CanGot and Battalion too, because I'm in those as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But for the
Oh,
moment, my micro profits has been it's been a killer. It's been a crazy ride with that one so far.
yeah. Have you had any problems as far as withdrawals nowadays, or ever since that manual message, or it seems to be doing okay, right?
Yeah, I've run into occasional things that some people have kind of complained about. For example, if the page didn't load up, it'll say like a
Oh,
522,
mhm,
and I'll hit a hard refresh and it's fine. And I kind of chalked it up to just it's a lot of heavy traffic going in right now, because the
mhm.
exposure that my micro profits is getting right now, to me, it's just it's 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 exploding
Y-
and going crazy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, personally, I've almost made my ROI back, and I don't have a whole lot of referrals, but I'm almost back to 100% already. Have you hit 100% on your capital?
Yes, I've hit above it now. I'm like it's like 5,400 right now. I just did a video this morning that I haven't released yet, but it'll be later on today, like an
Hmm.
update. And I'm at 5,400, and I've pulled out over 8,000 now on that.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, it really is a winner for you then.
Yeah, and I started with just the basic because I've always had bad luck with hypes and just picking the wrong ones or coming in late. And
Hmm.
so I started with the basic 250 as suggested.
Hmm.
I thought about 500 at first, and I was like, man, I don't know, it's a hype. I'll start with 250, and started with that, and then it just kind of built up from there. I was like, okay, this is looking really good. And I threw in more, and I threw in more, and I threw in more, and I'm at a good point right now. I should stop,
Yeah, yeah.
and just
It can,
continue to just collect and collect and collect.
yeah, I know it can get pretty addicting though, I have to say, when you keep seeing numbers and then you're actually able to pull out. And I've had that problem too. I'm like, oh no, this is really good. Like, I'm just gonna keep putting money in, but
Yeah.
and then that's when my greed gets me, and I'm like, and then the next day it's shut down, or it's, what is it called? That error message comes up, and you're like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, the
Oh,
dreaded 404.
yes, that's it. The
Yeah,
404. Oh
the
man.
404. It's over. It's gone.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying my micro profits too. And so are like even for Cash FX and 3X Capital, are you planning on upgrading and that kind of stuff, or you just stopping
Yeah.
there?
Cash effects. I just did an upgrade
I
about
saw that one.
a week and a half ago. I had a 10K pack,
Hmm.
and I just upgraded to the 15K pack now.
Oh, okay.
Um, because I was getting close to 200%, and the whole thing is that if you go over 200% on either the bear or the bull part,
Yeah.
that you can still earn up to 400%, but now you won't be able to pay just for the upgrade. You got to pay a full package price if you want to
Oh,
renew.
yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, well, I better just make the upgrade because I still want to continue this ride.
Yeah. So is your plan to try to get to the 100K package?
Yeah, if it continues to be that way, I'm definitely gonna go ride to the 100K.
Okay. And how about for 3X Capital? I didn't see. I didn't see if you.
3X Capital. I just did a video of that a couple of days. Is it a couple? Maybe yesterday. As I just I
Oh yeah.
pound out so many videos. Sometimes I forget like how many what
I
video it was.
know.
But I think I did one either yesterday or the day before.
Hmm.
And yeah, 3X Capital is doing very well for me too. I started with just 500. I always
Hmm.
like so this is my whole thing with platforms. I always like to
Okay.
start off anywhere between 500 to 1,000 on a
Hmm.
platform. And if it's good, then I'll put in more money into it. If not, I'll just stick with it and just ride it out. And
Okay.
so 3X Capital started with 500, and I liked the results. I like it a lot, this platform. And so I opened up a second account under me because you get like 8% for opening up an account under your referral
Hmm.
link. So I opened up a second account because you're allowed to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
put in $3,000 into that.
Oh.
And then I
Okay.
also earned an additional 8% on top of that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then upped it again on the original account with another 5,000. So it's good right now with the 5,500 account with the first one, and then a 3,000 on the second one.
Wow. So you're just rolling
And
along with these platforms then.
yeah, I mean, this is like such a great time right now with these platforms and in this space right now. For whatever reason, I don't know if just all the stars are aligned or what, but there's a lot of good platforms right now, and it's just the best time with my micro profits, 3X Capital, Cash FX. It's been great so far, and I mean I could throw in Battalion for example.
Hmm.
I'm it's making decent money out of that, and
Yeah.
it's BTC and BTC out right now, and we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I'm surprised. I'm just as surprised as you are. I mean, like after my bad luck streak with things like you said, right? That Big Connect and USI and all that kind of stuff is sometimes I still can't believe, and maybe I might be like nobody crypto. I may have PTSD, so that's why I withdraw everything as soon as I can. But I mean, yeah, you're right. It's like right now, it's unbelievable that these platforms are actually like giving you what they say they would give you, unlike crypto platforms from the past.
Yeah, I think Cash FX kind of started that trend of because even with Cash FX when it first came out, we were coming off all these token platforms and bad luck and bad streaks of just
Yeah.
platforms that have fallen apart
Hmm.
or just really just bad to be in the first place. And Cash FX was kind of like started that trend of being a good platform, and it kind of just went from there. It
Yeah,
wasn't tokenized. It was just it started that trend of being a good platform.
I know. And like for me, I don't know how long you've been in it, but I've been in it for almost a year now.
Yeah, I got in during pre-launch. Like when I first heard of Cash FX right away, um, I checked it out and I said, I'm going to jump into this. So I started with the 500 pack and I liked the results of it. So my goal was, all right, by launch day, I want to try to accumulate enough to get the $10,000 pack, and that's what I did. So I think within the week of the official launch in November,
Mhm.
I accumulated enough to make the upgrade, $9,500 more to get the 10K pack.
Oh, I see. Wow. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. And you know what, though? I mean, I have to give credit to Oracle for everything, because if it wasn't for just, started listening to Oracle and all that stuff,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now because of that. So a lot of credit and just being thankful for watching, Oracle, and you could see he's a winner. And so with all that, you could tell that, you want to achieve the same success, so you follow success, and that's what I did.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you about the Oracle, and I've seen the results, like even just from watching your videos of like all the successes you've gotten from following whatever, he talks about or whatnot. And then even for myself personally, like my own personal winning platforms, I mean, not all of them pan out like how they profess to pan out, but then they actually, my winning percentage is a lot higher with after following the Oracle and not following, as you guys call them, the bloods or whatever. I was one of
Yeah.
those people bleeding out crypto. I was like, oh no, when will I actually see a profit? But like, yeah, ever since, like you said, Cash FX and following the Oracle, man, I've been in the profit so far, and sometimes I still can't believe it. Like I'm almost getting to the point where I could do this and like manage to pay all my bills with just whatever I'm doing in crypto, which is awesome. Because I never, that was my dream when I got into like BitConnect and USI, but that didn't pan out, of course.
Yeah.
But I think with like these platforms, it's actually possible now. Of course, I'm not falling in love with anything, as nobody should, and this is not financial advice, right? We're not financial advisors, so like this is just, I look at this as a side hustle that actually can work.
Yeah, you know what I started saying now, and I got a comment and that mentioned it, and I didn't really consciously think about it, but I've been kind of saying it, is that, well, we're not financial advisors. You can, throw in what you can afford to lose. All that stuff is the common saying, right? But I started saying, yeah, if you're comfortable, get in. If you don't, it's okay. You could always watch us make money, and that's kind of, and so someone commented about that. It's pretty funny. And I was like, oh, that's pretty, it's a kind of a cool line though. Like, hey, if you don't want to, join in because you don't feel comfortable, then it's okay. Just watch us make the money.
Yeah, I have heard you say that lately, and I've heard Nobody Crypto say that too. So that's pretty funny. Maybe I should start saying that too. But anyways, but yeah, well, thank you. I mean, I really enjoy hearing other people's insight, especially when picking new platforms. And I've gotten to the point where I get a little picky nowadays. I'm totally averse to anything tokenized, like ever since arbitraging and BitConnect and all of that kind of stuff. Nova Chain, I did a little bit of like all of that stuff, and ever
Yeah.
since those days, I'm totally like, I have a gag reflex when I see anything about token
Oh,
platforms.
man, the number of ICOs I joined back
Mhm.
then, I was going into many ICOs, and I mean, I can, go down the list of names. I did the Nova Chain, I did the arbitraging. I mean, let me see what else I got into. Of course, Dropple. That one's just recently died. Crystal Token.
Oh,
I mean, there was a lot of stuff I joined and
yeah.
during ICO,
Oh.
and it was so close with Nova Chain too, because like Nova Chain, they
Hmm.
had this loyalty pool
Yeah, yeah,
thing,
I
and
remember.
if it reached to the end of the terms of the loyalty pool, which was just 90 days,
Hmm.
I would have gotten a pretty nice payout out of that,
Oh.
and then it just ended. And I was like, oh, it was
It
so
didn't quite
close.
didn't quite
Yeah.
make it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I still have Telegram messages from the time when they announced that they had to close the platform, and I
Oh.
still have that saved from last year because it was shortly before CashFX
Mhm.
just launched their pre-launch. So, and it was funny because you know how I say that Crypto Clover big time me. I
Yeah.
was just I didn't quite start my YouTube channel just yet. I think it was just maybe a week, maybe actually maybe a week in. I
Mhm.
started doing YouTube videos,
Mhm.
and I messaged uh, Crypto Clover, you know, because it said you could reach him on Telegram on his
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah.
So I messaged him saying, "Hey Clover, I'm a fan. I follow your channel. I think with your following, you know, Cash Effects is going to be a great opportunity for you to introduce to your subscribers and all that. And
Mhm.
I think it'll be huge." And you know, like I said, he just never replied to me. You could, because in Telegram you could see the marks where they read it, because they'll show a check
Yeah.
that it was sent and then two checks
Uh-huh.
that it was read.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right.
And so with that, you could tell it was read, but no reply. So I was like, okay, so he big time me. And to this day, still does. And then he joins CashFX like months later, I think maybe earlier this year now. So months later, that's when he finally joins CashFX, when he could have
Oh
been from the pre-launch.
yeah, I saw that. I hear that like you talk about that in your videos sometimes, and yeah, he would have done it. He would have made a killing, I think, just because it's been above and beyond what it like wanted to deliver for me, and I can see for like most people who are in it. So yeah, well, that's what you get, I guess, when you big time people. You miss
Yeah,
out on
that's
months of earnings, no?
yeah. So that's one of the main things I wanted to do with my channel was, man, I wouldn't do that to, you know, anybody, you know, with big time in or anything like that. I would never do that. And you know, I try to make it a point about, you know, conversing in the comments section or bring up stuff that were mentioned in the comments in my videos,
Hmm.
and just try to be like a regular guy for everybody, you know, that I can, you know, relate to people, and also just call out BS when I see it and things like that, because you don't see that sometimes, or you probably don't see that hardly, right, on YouTube. I don't really see that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. And I know there is a lot of things that I'm just like, oh, why? And I sometimes I want to say something, but I don't know if you know, but I did have another channel before. I think I know you know, but I had another channel before, and it got shut down. I guess somebody hated on my channel, and or YouTube hated on my channel. So it's made me a little weary about like calling out certain things or certain people. But yeah, I totally see you calling out people like you always calling out the guy that's named after the fruit, which I won't say anything because I don't want him to like come and try to attack my new channel. But who knows? Maybe he don't got the time for that. But I don't know. I'm just a little weary nowadays. But I also see you digging on like a black screen. Is that his name or was his name?
Oh yes, yes.
your your most hated. Is he? Would you say that like out of all the YouTubers that you dislike greatly, would you say you dislike him the most or dislike?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I don't hate people.
Yeah, yeah.
I just dislike people and what they do, and yeah, he would be number one
On
on
your
for
hit
me.
list.
If I have to put it out there, he would be number one for me.
Uh-huh.
And he's one of two people, as for the reasons why I started my channel. And it
Yeah.
was enough rage that I was like, I got to start my own channel, and I got to start, you know, putting this, killing the BS that's out there, and this part, you know, put out real content, real stuff that you know people should be hearing, you know, and not
Yeah.
just, you know, fake positive videos and just all this, you know,
Fluff.
pumping up stuff just to pump their pockets and not really
Yeah.
showing what's real about it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if it's in trouble. I mean, and I think that's why I appreciated the Oracle so much too, because he, like you, he would call out platforms. So at least you know, right? Like if it's in trouble and you're like, oh, maybe it's time to stop reinvesting or pull out my deposit or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I appreciate that. I would rather someone say that. I mean, does it break my heart? Like if you were to make a video tomorrow and said, oh, my micro profits, Al doesn't talk to us anymore. It would break my heart because honestly, I've fallen in love, even though you're not supposed to, with my micro profits. But I would appreciate if, you know, if like you or the Oracle made a video and said, oh yeah, Al hasn't talked to us in a while and it doesn't look good.
Yeah, I mean, the minute, let's just say for the minute withdrawals get saved, right? That's
Yeah.
always the thing with HYIPS. If it starts to
Yeah.
get saved, then you know it's in trouble. I mean, I would
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
that and say, all right, this is it. You know, it's being saved. All right, we better start thinking about this now, and
Yeah.
don't go in. I'll remove links, all that stuff, you know. And
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes I
Yeah.
write out links longer than many people do, and sometimes because I
Hmm.
don't react hastily either, you know, like just
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
because sometimes when the website, for example, the DDoS attack, right? Some people
Yeah.
say, oh, I'm pulling my links because I don't want, because this thing might be bad, whatever. But I kind of played it out just to see what happens first.
Hmm.
And it, you know, he got the DDoS attack under control for the my micro profits.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I just didn't react too quickly and just kind of, you know, rode with it longer to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. And you know, like because his support replies are so great, that's the other thing too. So like you, I just waited a little bit to see what's happening, and I did do that like hard refresh like you said, because he did try to give some suggestions on how to log in, because at one point I couldn't log in either, but
Yeah.
he actually replied like really quickly, and he gave me some suggestions, and even after that he said, you know, if that doesn't work, to reach out to them again. And you know, the one question I had about my micro profits is, do you know if we still can release our deposits? Because they used to have the button there, but they don't have it anymore. So do you know anything about that?
No, it's funny because I think the day of the interview, it was still there, the release
Mm-hmm.
buttons.
Yeah.
And when I was doing my video, I call it the aftermath, right? You know, the day after the interview,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just doing my video like normal, and I was going to talk about how you could, you know, release your deposits. And I kind of was taken off guard when I saw that the buttons were gone. So I kind of just winged it and said,
Uh-huh.
"Oh yeah, just contact support if you're looking to release your your
Sure.
deposits."
Yeah, because I mean, it still says it on the page. In fact, let me try to log in, but it still says on the deposit page when you try to go in there, it says if you want to release your deposit. But yeah, you're right, the button's not there anymore. So I was just like, oh no. So I tried to email Al about it, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So I'm pretty sure he's gotten like a ton of emails asking him about it. So he's probably trying to figure out how to reply to that or whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. People started asking me about that too, and I'm just like, wow, I don't know, because it was there and then it's
Yeah,
gone
it
now.
was
You just got to
there.
contact support. Is what I say.
Yeah, yeah. So in the meantime, so people are asking like, oh, should I just try to release my deposit? Or I said it's up to you, but at the very least, you should just keep trying to withdraw. I think at this point, like just whenever you can, like. Oh,
Yeah,
so I've actually got okay, I guess I must got some referrals, but the withdrawals are still pretty instant. But yeah, if you look under deposits, the button's still not there, I think. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, because there used to be like a blue button right around here somewhere that
yeah,
said release. Yeah, and it's not there anymore.
yeah. So when I made the video, I was going to show it, and then I saw it was gone, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
You just got to contact support, and when you
yeah,
look at it though, it's not even 32 days old yet. It's
yeah, yeah,
only
yeah.
what, 21 days now.
Yeah, yeah. And in fact, like if you, yeah, about 21 days. If you look here, it still says on the top that you still can request to release your deposit. I guess, like you said, you just have to contact support.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
maybe just so many people won't do it at once. That's why you just contact
Oh, yeah,
support.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
guessing.
yeah. Yeah, maybe. But you're right, though. It hasn't even hit 30 days yet. So, like, I mean, but I guess people have gotten their 11th or 35% back already because it's been at least 11 days since the platform started. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's weird. But I mean, withdrawals are still pretty instant. Like I still get a batch ID and all that kind of stuff. So I guess we can try and see if it'll work right now. But yeah, I mean,
You got a pretty good balance
I know. I think
accumulated today.
yeah, I did. And for this one, I honestly, I try to withdraw as soon as I see something. Like whenever I'm on my computer, I just try to withdraw it right away because I just, as much as I love Mr. Al, as I call him on my videos, it bottom line is it's still a hype, right?
Yeah.
And you never know if Mr. Al is like, I'm done with these people already, and he's gonna run with the money. So and
I,
I don't know, when you talked to him on your video, I felt really comforted for some reason, and even on nobody's crypto's video. But I don't know. Again, I have PTSD, I think. So I
I
don't
still
trust it.
caution it, even in my videos to this day. Even though I pump up the hype. I mean, I can't not.
Pump it up. Oh, sorry. Hello. You can't not pump it up.
You might have a little bit of comfort to it, but I still caution it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah. So I and it's still withdrawing instantly. In fact, it says it got sent to my wallet, and I heard the coins in the background. So yeah, but you're right. You still have to be very cautious, especially for people like us, I think, since we've had experiences where, especially if you're a new person and you're like, oh, this is great. Like, that's how I felt with BitConnect. I'm like, I was a new person and I was like, oh, this is awesome. I could quit my job tomorrow kind of thing. And then, you know,
Oh, it was funny because like the difference between black screen and Oracle, right?
hmm
He tried to live the crypto lifestyle, living off the Moonberg platform, and I
oh,
was like,
yeah.
thinking, how's that gonna last? I just don't get it, And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was running different Moonbot bots with certain
Oh,
amount of Moonbot coins in them, and that when they run their term, he's going to cash it out. He had one as a giveaway. He's going to use one for paying off stuff, and it didn't do too well for him.
yeah, I remember seeing all your Moonberg videos and just laughing because I would see your, Moonberg paying out 0% again today for the 100th day or whatever it was. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, those
Yeah,
token
they've
platforms.
really, I mean, Moonberg itself has really shifted to where it was to where it's at now, and it's
Yeah.
really changed
Oh,
at
yeah.
what they're trying to become.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I guess those days of like lending, and I mean, I know there's still some out there, but like those lending token platforms, I'm totally averse to it. Like I don't if I see somebody like talking about it or like it's in my thumbnail, I won't even click on it. That's how that's how
Yeah.
traumatized I am from it. I'm like, even if like there's a hint of it coming down the road, I'm like, I think that's why for me I couldn't do Vitalium just because I thought I heard something where they were gonna turn tokenized, or even for Kangat when they had an exchange, I was like, oh no. I always
Yeah.
have this bad feeling like it's the beginning of the end. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to go with CanGuy. Like, I don't know what they're going to do with this exchange, and this. They haven't mentioned anything about tokens at all, but
hmm
the exchange is like the talk that about what they're trying to get to.
hmm
And I know that Crypto Dawn, I guess, bought into an opportunity to be part of the exchange. I passed on it.
Yeah.
I just didn't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
I needed to see more from CanGuy because the way CanGuy is right now with how slow things are, but it's paying, it's
Yeah.
just slow.
Yeah. 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 I know exactly. I mean, even Cash FX, I mean, they're not instant like how my micro profits are, but they still pay like within a day or two. Like I've never missed a withdrawal from them, which
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's one thing that CashFX could tout about is that they've never missed a withdrawal. Yeah, they had some issues, whether it was coronavirus related or the payment
yeah,
processor issues,
yeah,
but
yeah.
again, never missed a payout though.
Yeah, never, like in my whole, I don't know, about almost 12 months in it, never missed one. I mean, some come faster than others, but for me, the main thing is that it comes. Because
Yeah.
yeah, because there are platforms that you, like you said, save withdrawal and you're just waiting and waiting. And when I was new, I didn't understand. Like I thought, oh, okay, so it's saved, so it should be coming, and it never came. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh
I'm with you on that too.
man.
About that, I didn't know any better back then on that, and
Yeah, right. So
but ICOs are not quite over. I don't know if you know Crypto Dad.
yeah, I'm subscribed to him on my other channel. So I used to listen to him too. Is he?
Yeah, he used to do a lot of videos back then, and he just put out about there was an ICO on a new coin called Music Coin or something like that, and
Oh.
and I don't know how well that's doing. I can't imagine Music Coin doing anything, but because he's the only one talking about it,
Oh.
he only brought up a couple videos and kind of just hasn't done anything since. But
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. I was just like you. I did a lot of different ICOs too. Like I told myself, okay, I'll put 100 here, 100 there, and when the coin hits like $1,000, that's it, right? That was all. Because I saw that happen with, like, I think it was Devore, where you bought it at really cheap and it went to like 100, 200.
yeah, it did.
Yeah,
It, it
right.
it peaked at like something dollars, and I
Yeah.
could have sold it instead of just putting. And instead, I put it into lending instead of just selling it.
Yeah, I did the same.
And Oracle did the smart thing. He actually sold his, and I was like, oh man, that could have been some
Yeah.
good money right there.
Yeah, right. Because if you bought it for less than, like, I think I bought it for less than $5, and then I saw it go up to like you said, 100 something. I did the same like you. I put it into lending instead of cash, like
And
selling
so
it.
if I follow Oracle at that time, I would have just probably followed that strategy and sold it, and would have been
Yeah,
in a different place right now.
yeah. It could have been like your friend who made the six figures or whatever. So, but that's okay. Lessons learned. It seems like you're doing really well. I see like a lot of your packages are like getting bigger and bigger when you go into certain platforms. So I guess you're doing all right, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to grow more, and grow more subscribers, grow more earnings.
Hmm.
I'm still trying to build on it. I think I'm still just not quite there yet, and I'm still trying to just get there. Is where my feeling is at right now with everything in general.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And is your dream to be like the Oracle, where you have like 12 channels and like over, I don't even know how many subscribers he has anymore, like over 50K or whatever it is.
Yeah, he has at least 50,000 subscribers. It'd be nice to get to that number, but I think at this point, the next immediate goal would be because I'm over 5,000 right now. I just hit
Yeah.
close to 5,100 right now, and my next immediate goal is just to try to hit 10,000 and just
Hmm.
just keep going more and more. And I think to me, video volume, I'm always about 2 videos or more a day, and putting it out there just for whoever, whether it's for entertainment or for news or whatever. I just feel that content is important,
Yeah, yeah,
and content will attract volume, and that's how I feel about it. That's why
yeah.
when
Hmm.
I said it to you,
Yeah.
I liked watching your videos, and I was like, you got to do more videos. Like you were
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
probably like what, once a week or
Yeah,
once
I
every
think I
couple of
was,
days before.
yeah, once a week. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
And
like
then
them.
when I was watching it, I was like, wow, I like your videos, and if you do more, I think you'll be able to attract more. And so because I think you come across pretty well, and so I was like saying, hey, why don't you do more videos? And I noticed you started doing it
Yeah, yeah.
pretty
Thanks
much
for the
daily.
advice. Yeah, I try to now. I try to pump out at least one, and maybe working on maybe more than one a day. But yeah, thanks for the advice. When you told me that, I was like, oh, I should do one a day because I was doing about once a week.
Yeah, because I was always kind of like waiting for the next one, and so
uh,
I was like, you know what, you come across well. I like, and there's not a, and another thing too is there's not a lot of female YouTubers that are in crypto, and
yeah,
so you're one of the few. Because another one would be Crypto Connections,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
she's taken a leave of it, and I don't know if or when she's coming back.
Yeah, I haven't seen a
Um,
video from her in a while.
Yeah, it's been since like late February, early March when she
Yeah.
took a leave, and haven't seen her since. And she came across pretty well too. And I think I found you somehow. Uh, I think through Oracle or through her.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, and that's how I found you. And I was like, oh yeah, you come across pretty well too.
Okay. So would that be your advice to new YouTubers? Would be to just try to make as many videos as possible and put out some good stuff to attract more viewers or more views?
Yeah, yeah. I always think that the more content you put out, the more yeah, exactly what it is. You attract viewers, and whether it's subscribers or just views in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if you weren't doing crypto YouTube, what type of content would you be putting on your YouTube channel if it wasn't crypto?
My original concept was I was going to do like workout products, like pre-workout proteins,
Oh, okay.
things like that, like a supplement channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's was my original intention. I just didn't have that push or strive to do it because I'm into fitness, and I like pumping iron, all that stuff. That's why it's called Crypto Muscle. And that's originally I was going to go in that direction, but I just didn't have that drive for it. And it was, like I said, crypto. I liked crypto as secondary with fitness, and again, it was just the whole bits away thing. There's another guy named Dewan Trades that drove me to I got to do videos. I got to put out real stuff, and none of this BS that they talk about.
Oh, okay.
Those are the 1 and 2 on my list of
Your hit
yeah
list.
reasons. Yeah, my
Uh,
bad list.
your bad list. Okay. How much do
Yeah,
you
so
bench anyways? I hear you talking about pumping and working out all the time. I had to ask, how much do you bench?
I mean,
I,
I'm not super heavy on the bench, but on
uh,
a straight bench with no spotter, I could do 315.
wow.
Um, with like maybe 4 to 6 reps, and if there's a machine to it, and a machine is just it's hooked on a rail system, so
Oh, okay.
all you got to do is load it with weights and just go straight up and down
Mm-hmm.
until you can't do it anymore. Then you hook it. So
Yes.
with the machine, I could do 375 at my max before.
Wow.
And so now with the 3 months off
Uh-huh.
because of this whole coronavirus,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
finally got back, because I got my equipment now, my personal equipment, and it's disappointing right now.
yeah.
It feels like I'm just getting started all over again, taking a three
Oh
month layoff.
no. Yeah, that's a long time to go and not work out and then get back into it, huh?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Okay.
disappointing, but I'm back in it.
Okay, well that's good. Okay, and my last question is this you? This guy right here on the screen. Hold on. He's coming up. Because every time I listen to your voice, I don't know why, but I picture you as this person. Oh, it's loading right now. But
It's funny. Like at my work, no one's ever asked about how I look or whatever like that, right? And I don't put it out there,
yeah.
but
Is this you? Is this
no,
you? I
no.
swear, I feel like every time I turn you on, even people in my household are like, "Who is that? Is that Bob?" I'm like, "It's not Bob." I don't know if you watch Bob's Burgers, but for some
I've
reason,
seen the show, but I don't really watch it regularly. But I've
yeah.
seen the show and
Hmm.
and what it's about and all that. But the funny thing is though, I guess my look
Uh-huh.
is I have these sideburns, right?
Okay.
And
Oh.
I've heard comments like Elvis or
Oh,
Dickens,
really?
Charles Dickens. So I've heard two different things. Elvis, I've heard
Ah,
Charles Dickens. With these sideburns I have,
oh,
and I have hair that poofs out. And so the most
wow.
common thing I hear all the time is
Mm.
Wolverine, Logan,
Oh,
Wolverine,
really?
Logan, Wolverine, Logan. So it's kind of like that. And
Oh,
I hear that
okay.
all the time at work or just
Ah,
randomly in places,
oh,
and
okay. That's funny.
they'll say things like, "Oh, do you get that all the time? People say that you look like Wolverine or whatever," and it's like, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of
Ah,
funny.
okay. All right. So you look more like Wolverine and not Bob then.
No, yeah, that's what I get a lot. If you're really
Okay.
curious about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was just wondering, just because every time I hear your voice when I watch your videos, my mind always wanders back to Bob for some reason, because your voice
I'm
sounds
gonna
like
have
his
to
voice.
I'm gonna have to go in and listen
Yes,
or
you
look up
should.
Bob Belcher here and see here.
Yes, you should, because you will be surprised. You kind of do sound like him a little, especially when you listen back to yourself on screen. But anyways, thanks again, Crypto Muscle, for doing this with me. I really do appreciate it, and
You know
I'll.
what? You do have a following though, because when your channel went down originally,
Mhm.
there's a lot of your subscribers asking me, "Hey, what's happened to middle-aged mom? What's happened with her?"
Oh,
And until you informed me about what happened when you sent me, a message, you were
yeah,
telling me what
yeah.
happened.
Uh-huh.
That's what I was telling those people. Hey,
Oh.
her channel got taken down, but she's doing good. She's going to try to get another channel up.
Mhm.
She's working on trying to get her old channel back, and we'll see what happens. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
when you launched your new channel, I communicated back out there to the people and say, hey, her channel's up now, her new one. So, just check her out. So you do have a following because, like I said, people were contacting me asking me, hey, what happened to her?
Oh,
And so I
thanks.
spread the word for you.
Well, thank you very much, and I'll put your link down below my this video for your channel, so that in case my people, which I'm pretty sure they're all subscribed to you as well, because they usually subscribe to all the same people, but just in case you're one of those not, I'm gonna go ahead and put your link down below to your channel so that they can go ahead and subscribe to you, because you have to listen to this guy's jabs against other YouTubers. It's hilarious. And your stimulus package. I don't know why I always giggle at that, like a like a like a middle schooler, like a, what is that called? Those two guys, Beavis and Butthead. I always
Yeah.
I always giggle about that whenever you say, "Oh yeah, I got your stimulus package." I don't know, but anyways.
Yeah. I try not to cross the line too badly when it
Uh
comes
huh.
to getting a little crude, but at the same time, I try to make it
Yeah.
a little bit funny, but not too crude,
Yeah.
where it'll
Yeah.
just be like, oh man, this guy's
Yeah.
disgusting, and
Yeah. Yeah.
or maybe some people think that, I don't know.
Who knows? You're a little spicy, definitely, but you're not as crude as the Oracle. Sometimes he can get pretty crude, and nobody crypto. Those guys, I always say either love them or hate them because they're like a certain type of fine wine or liquor. You gotta have an acquired taste, I guess, for their sense of humor. But anyways,
Yeah, it's
but
funny. Nobody crypto was like, you know what? You said that your type of thing you do, you attract more people because you do go in with the language, but not as much as say like what he says he does
yeah, yeah,
and things like that. So or
yeah,
the crudeness to it is not, it touches the line but doesn't really overcross the line,
yeah,
and
yeah. It
that's what he
doesn't.
was mentioning to me before, and so
Yeah, no,
that's
I
what
I
I was
think
like, okay, I didn't think about it that way, but okay.
yeah, yeah, I think that's what attracts a lot of people. Like they can be a little disgusted, but not to the point where like they unsubscribe and they just chuckle like Beavis and Butthead. So, well, that's what I do anyways. But anyways, thanks again, Crypto Muscle, and I hope everyone out there is having a good day. And please do like, comment, and subscribe. We both try to interact with you as much as possible. So, feel free to leave any comment you want, and we will see you at the next video. Adios.